complexity of radiotherapy raises patient safety issues. It's not rare that radiation therapy accidents are reported. And believe me, the vast majority of the accidents is not reported. Nowadays, there is a law all over the world saying that before implementing the treatment to each and every individual, you must test this patient's plan on a device that measures dose. These devices look like a cube or like a cylinder. But these devices do not look like humans. So each one of us have individualities. And these individualities nowadays are not taken into account. So this is where we are going. For each and every separate patient, we are constructing a perfect 3D printed replica of the patient's head. This patient here is a patient from Switzerland. And we are preparing with sub-millimeter accuracy the bone structures, the skin surface, and the soft brain tissue. Inside this replica is a unique gel that mimics brain tissue in terms of interaction with radiation. So at the end of the day, the doctor, before doing the real treatment to the living patient, first checks this treatment to the 3D avatar of Mr. John Smith, of the 9 a.m. Monday morning patient. So far, we have collaborations with the Polytechnic University in Switzerland. As I told you, with Johns Hopkins, we have one scientific publication with the University of Texas. Philips is paying us for doing quality assurance, etc. We have patented our methodology. We won this year MIT Enterprise Forum, and we are just giving an additional value to the current status. It's a new and unique way of doing quality assurance in radiation oncology. So far, we're having revenues from radiotherapy machine manufacturers, from auditing organizations that are doing audits in radiation therapy departments, and from clinics. And there are also some other financial issues in the rest of the presentation. So the most important thing is that this is our product. It's a 3D avatar of the selected patient. So for the first time, so far only some rich people say to their doctor in Switzerland, I want you to check my treatment in my own 3D replica of my head. The cost is about $2,500, so it is really affordable for many, even not so much rich people. It's a really affordable cost for a treatment that costs several tens of thousands of dollars. So in few words, this is the essence of what we are doing. I don't know how can I stop the sharing of my screen. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. I wish I could see you again. I can hear you, but I cannot see you again.
If you want to get off the screen share, just click on the arrow again, and it gets you off it. Okay,
great. Okay. So you see, in few words, this is what we are doing. And especially for gamma knife patients, this is the ultimate solution to ensure that the radiation will go exactly to the place where the cancer cell is, and not 2 millimeters away where the chiasm might be burnt or some other critical structure in the brain might be destroyed by radiation.
So the role of 3D printing is critical.
Very much.
Well, I tell you, man, medicine is so exciting now. I mean, so many things are different, and George will tell you, we just had to hang out with an Australian 3D printer that we want to start a channel on 3D printing in medicine. The exciting things that are happening.
This is what we're doing, Joe.
Well, these are exactly the kind of exciting things that are happening that the world needs to know about.
Yes, exactly.
John, I didn't have the chance to go so far with Vangelis, but that's exactly what came to my mind during Vangelis' presentation, that our associate in Australia could really give us a nice, really 3D object of those dimensions which we can share online, because really, I guess, Vangeli, the craft of this artist in Australia is to be able to get the measurements from the physician online. So he wants to share the measurement. He wants to really get the exact measurements and communicate online via streaming. So that all comes in place.
Well, you know, Dr. Pappas, this is exactly why I love this technology, because it allows us to communicate about dynamic fields like 3D printing in medicine, because there are so many things happening very quickly around the world, and it really allows us to communicate well and educate well. And that's why I really want to get that 3D channel going, because there are a lot of things in medicine that are happening in 3D.
Yeah.
Like, such as yours, that I didn't even know about that, and I think most people don't have a clue about what's going on.
Exactly.
We want to be the people that bring it to the world.
Yeah, you know, there are many other things behind it. I mean, to be honest, the 3D printing part is the easiest part. The most difficult part is this chemical substance that simulates brain in terms of interaction with radiation. But the whole pattern together gives a unique solution that doesn't exist nowadays globally. And I truly believe that hospitals like Larkin or other famous hospitals should offer to their patients this opportunity.
Well, you know, I'm looking forward to doing a formal presentation. When are you available to do it? I'm ready anytime.
Me too. I mean, this week I'm not available, only during Friday. I can do it tomorrow, Wednesday.
Tomorrow's good. Tomorrow's good. But Dr. Pappas, let me give you a tip, a production tip. If it's possible for you to get headphones, because I'm getting a lot of echo from your voice.
Yeah, I can certainly give you my phone number.
No, some headphones.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, of course.
Because the sound will be better. And really, I should wear headphones. Mine are broken, but I should wear headphones.
I will do it tomorrow, John.
For better production, but especially since you're the presenter. So let me show you some headphones I got. Hold on.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Great.
Oh.
Hey, John.
Hold on, George.
I usually don't use headphones here, but I want to show off to John. All right, John.
Go ahead.
How about my headphones?
There you go. They're beautiful. Well, you know, George, I need them because my hearing's not great. Of course, it doesn't enhance my look, but what the heck? I can hear better. But you know, Dr. Pappas, and you probably know it too, George, is that his sound is kind of, echoey. So
Yes, I can hear it too.
So you know, not only the headphones, but a microphone.
A combination of both.
Is it possible for you to get a microphone hooked up?
Yes, I will bring tomorrow, a single microphone and headphones.
Yeah, and a microphone, and because we're getting better at this, but production is part of it, which we're learning. The main thing is content, which you certainly have a lot of, but we want to make a decent quality, video. So you can keep it, and you can, as a testimonial on your website or whatever, to show people what it's all about. I'm sure you have explanations, but it sounds like a fascinating device. It really does.
I think we should do
the interesting thing for investors, because right now there are 3 VCs that are doing due diligence on us and investing in our company, is that we are selling a separate product. So, there's also a financial interest.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Well, I understand that Philips, Siemens, and GE probably.
I lost you both.
You lost us? Are you there, Vangeli?
I think
We lost him.
Well, if it's we'll explain it. If it's possible to get a broadband, like you have a broadband, George, I do too.
Yeah.
But when you have Wi-Fi, you can see the problems that you get.
Correct.
Let's see if he we can't be too strict because we certainly don't want to scare people away.
Right.
But if possible, I'll mention it to him because some doctors can get to a broadband. They might have to change, do it from home or do it, from somewhere else.
Right.
But he's frozen completely now.
He's probably on Wi-Fi. I know. By the way, he's very close to my home place in Athens. We're maybe about 5 minutes away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk to you too about Barcelona.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not in Barcelona. He's in Athens.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to. I spent some time with some Barcelona guy this morning.
Oh, absolutely! I would love to.
I want to talk to you about that as well as.
Yes.
Well, I'll talk to you about it now. Globalcastmd.com. No, that's. Well, we'll talk later. Okay.
Right.
Here I am. Maybe there was a problem with the connection.
I hate to be too picky, but if it's possible, can you get on a broadband connection when we do the hangout? Is that possible?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Because you can see the difference in the quality. Look at my screen and George's screen. We have pretty good connections, and if you could get on a broadband, that would be great. That would be really good.
Okay.
And if you want to do a practice run, we could do that too. But we can get on early and make sure everything's okay, and then once it's ready, we'll just go and do it.
Vangeli, I would recommend the following. Listening to John, we may want to have a nice, clean presentation with you, and then John will send this production to the CEO of Larkin and to Dr. Wolf. So it will be very interesting for you to be as detailed to what your service is all about, so we can break a good news to them. And John, if we send this to Jack, he'll be very interested because of all the activity with Larkin now, particularly the radiation oncology kind of specialization they have. Well,
he looks at everything we put on Larkin Hospital TV.
Right.
George, I'm very happy with. I emailed Jack when I mentioned getting a hold of Electa, and within 1 minute, he had the connection. 1 minute.
Yeah, this is very important.
Well, he understands that we're trying to basically do something for medicine and Larkin. And us, of course, too.
Well, the fact is that Vangelis is looking for VCs as well, so we may be able to tie in some private interest here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Vangelis' interest is to get financing and go further on the development, so we may be able to put a presentation together with some venture capitalists here from our teams.
Well, Dr. Pepta, is your product for sale in the United States or just starting?
We are doing sales in the United States. We have sold several items so far. We're just at the beginning, and right now we are looking for resources in order to scale up. Because right now our production capacity is limited.
Okay.
So we want resources to give some equity, and very soon we plan to make our first Artisafe USA branch. Because right now we are making the production in Athens and mail to USA the products. It's not very functional. So we are going very soon to have Artisafe USA in San Antonio, Texas, and we will make the production over there and cover the US market.
Well, that's how George and I want to fit in. We want to be the connection between Europe and the United States. Right, George?
Absolutely. Well, the opportunity is there because don't forget San Antonio is a huge area for the U.S. military. They have really a lot of capability there, and they also do a lot of with brain injuries now because of the Iraq and Afghanistan war. they have a huge platform. I've been to San Antonio several times with AMSUS, the American military surgeons. They have a huge capability there. And what comes in mind, John, here is if we can investigate this product further, we may be able to go hand in hand with Jack, with Larkin, and we can tap into financing through U.S. sources. Because the idea here is if we can really justify the better outcomes based on this technique, and we can come around and we put some demographics together, how much money we can save to the healthcare system here in the U.S., that may be a good way to go with Jack from Larkin.
If I may add something very interesting here, there is a great interest that just started from insurance companies.
Correct.
And let me tell you why is that. If you are a surgeon and you are doing a surgery with your knife, and sorry for that, you cut out, a part of the intestine of the patient, you have a proof of what you have done as a doctor. And the medical record said, I cut from here to there, blah, blah, blah. In radiation oncology, there is no proof of what has been actually done to this individual patient.
Correct.
And there is a large amount of money that insurance companies are paying because some patients are claiming, after my radiation therapy, I cannot see. So you made a mistake, doctor, and you put radiation in my optical nerve, and I can't see. And the insurance company paid for this. With our methodology, we can prove where exactly for this individual the radiation dose was delivered. Even a year after the treatment, we can use the CT scans of 1 year past, create the model, irradiate it in a copy-paste manner, and see where the dose was actually delivered.
This is the key. This is you just said it, Vangelis. This is what we have to target. Now,
this is very new, interest from the insurance companies.
Yes, as long as we can really justify and we can really put a presentation together, we have access to demographics, we have access to the studies done with Gamma Knife, and we also have access to all these patient complaints and the cost justifying and satisfying those complaints. We can have this. By the way, Dr. Wolf, the guy that worked out of Larkin, has his own department that handles the statistics and demographics. You can tap into this, and then with your documentation and with the system we can put together, we can really go to the insurance companies who tell them, listen, from now on, anybody that is really going through this procedure, I guess treatment is going to be guaranteed, and you can avoid paying all this out-of-pocket expense for side effects that they develop after the Gamma Knife procedure. I think that's the key here.
Not only Gamma Knife, radiotherapy in the brain in general, cyber knife, tomotherapy, Gamma Knife, all kinds of treatments.
Exactly. And
everyone has its place, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to learning about it.
And
to learn about what? Sorry, John?
So I'm interested in learning about your company.
Yeah, I will do my best to share with you a brief company profile, and in terms of company issues, and maybe some data that we are sending to potential investors just to have a look at our business plan and some other financial issues if you are interested in.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So in practice, I would prefer to allow me to leave me a few more days if you want me to prepare a presentation that will be addressed also to insurance companies. If you want me to make just a pure scientific presentation, I'm always ready for tomorrow. But if you want something more, maybe we should split it in a pure scientific and financial and business oriented for a second step.
Okay, well, I don't know if the financial part, maybe we can avoid that the first time.
That's great.
Yeah, stick to the science part. And
Right.
of course, we can make another one. I mean, it doesn't mean, and we can also erase this one if we don't like it. If we don't like the way it comes out, I mean, this is Hollywood. If we
Yes,
don't,
yes.
if we don't like it, boom, we throw it away, delete.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah.
And we say, let's do it again. Take two.
Understood.
So,
So I will be waiting for your directions regarding tomorrow or Wednesday.
yeah, tomorrow's good. Tomorrow, what time is good for you?
The same time or even 1 hour earlier, it's ideal for me.
Okay, 11 at the same time tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Well, I don't know what time it is there.
Tomorrow.
11 o'clock your time, or my time. What is that in Greece, George? That's
Yes,
7 o'clock at
that
night?
will be fine. I will try to log in, send me the link. I'll try to really watch and participate. But I have an idea here, John. Let's produce something nice, clean, scientific, and informative piece with Vangelis, and then we can send it to the CEO of Larkin. Initially, we won't say anything about the financial impact, but we definitely, our objective should be, because I know Dr. Wolf well, and I know that he has a number of studies, because Dr. Wolf and I work together under the Baptist Health South Florida flag, and I know that he has really good information about the number of studies he's done, and he has very good demographics, the different populations, the different cultures, the different mentalities. So at least our objective is, with Vangelis's technology and know-how, to be able to get in our hands some of the demographic material that Dr. Wolf can give us and custom build a really nice platform as a proposal to the CEO of Larkin, to tell him, listen, if you deploy this kind of technology here for Larkin, you can be one of the few hospitals in the world or in the United States that you can really increase the reimbursement from the insurance companies, because the side effects of the procedure is going to be minimized.
You know, sorry, George. It's not only that. From our experience so far, it is an excellent marketing tool for the administrators of the hospitals.
Correct.
They are saying that, you know, in this hospital, we are offering this unique service for individualized medicine and quality assurance in radiation oncology.
Correct. Correct. Now, don't forget, marketing at Larkin is a huge thing right now, because they're fighting with a lot of other established institutions like MD Anderson and the Johns Hopkins and the Mayo Clinic. They're fighting for the same international patients, particularly the very wealthy South Americans coming to the States. So if they come out there, and John and I have spoken with a VP of the international business for Larkin. You remember, John, we talked to Mike, and they cannot really differentiate. They have University of Miami, they have Baptist to compete. If we come around and we package some kind of a deal now in radiation with Angelos, with Vangelis's kind of support, these guys can be very competitive.
Okay.
Now, something else to put out there on the table, I'm putting a medical tourism presentation in Panama on September 27th to the 30th, and a lot of international physicians and hospitals and clinics are going to be there. If by that time we have something that I can present, that can be a step two, that we can really approach 27, 28 representatives, health department representatives in Panama on September 27th. So if we put some kind of a timing ahead of us, if we can really put something together, a short video of what we want to accomplish here, that may be something nice.
Okay, very good.
Just please have in mind that, in my opinion, as a group, we always want to feel that we are having a win-win relationships.
Correct.
I don't know the way, but this is our strategy, to have always, a win-win relationships.
Exactly.
Just wanted you to know that.
Yeah, first step first. Let's get something on the CEOs of Larkin. Start with him, even though we can go further. But I think John has a very good relationship with Jack, and they do have a very well-known gamma knife department. I think it's a good start.
Great, great.
All right, John?
Yes, it'll be on Larkin Hospital TV. That's where we're going to put it on.
Exactly.
We're going to put it on the hospital website.
Exactly.
So that's
for sure he'll see it.
That would be great.
Right.
Good. So we can see each other again in about 23 hours. And I will prepare my material and try to share with you in detail what's going on. Is there anybody else in the group following this presentation?
Well, is there anyone else you think we should get, George?
I think at this point we should be able to prepare some clean production that we can really show as a demo to potential partners. I would say we could invite the guys from Brussels when we have something in our hands. When you and I, John, are very familiar with Vangelis' craft, I think we should call Frederick and his father, because that guy, the University of Brussels, is doing a lot of those studies. They have a lot of money coming in from the European Commission, and they provide a lot of these services now in populations outside European Commission. So I would recommend Frederick's father, that he's the chairman of radiation for University of Brussels, to be the next person that we can all connect via Google, and we'll discuss potential partnerships.
Okay, well, we'll start real simple tomorrow. Okay,
yes.
It'll just be you and me. So, or George maybe.
Yes.
And just and then we'll go from there.
Right.
It won't be the last one. It's just the start.
Great. So I will be waiting for a Google link to my email.
Yes. Yes.
I will join you, and we will do that tomorrow.
Great.
Very good.
Right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll reconnect tomorrow.
Fantastic meeting you both and sharing my enthusiasm with you.
Excellent.
Okay. I hope you become a permanent part of this network.
Exactly.
Honored. I will be honored. Great.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Have a nice evening.
See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. George,
Bye-bye.
George, hold on, George.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to run a few things by you.
Absolutely.
Well, Barcelona Clinic, I didn't realize that people have told me that's the highest tech place in Spain.
Oh, we have to tap into them because we've got the ins there.
Well, listen. This AIC, I think I showed you yesterday. Channel.
Yes.
I'm going to try to talk to the Lacey. Dr. Lacey's his name, because he's basically doing exactly what we want to do. I mean, he's establishing a channel. Well, just like we want to establish a surgery channel.
Right.
He's doing that too, but he's not. It's more like just for doctors type thing. It's just for surgeons. It's advanced AIS channel.
John, I have some idea in mind that I want to pass through you.
Okay, let me just show you this first to finish this thought up, and how I'm trying to get into. I'm dying to get into that hospital. Because, everyone says, "Oh, that's the highest tech hospital in Spain."
Yes.
Right. And Christ, you got an office there. I mean, it's I'm going to end up living there, I think.
That's what I want to talk to you about. That on my last trip, I did some real sightseeing there, talked to some people. What I can do now, parallel to whatever we do, I can start putting some information on LinkedIn, on social media, about internet medicine and our involvement in Spain and South Europe generally. I can put some images and some ideas about developing a nice healthcare, medical tourism, telemedicine platform in Barcelona.
Well, here's what I think we need to do. We need to get inside Barcelona Clinic to get to talk to the first step is well, one of my possible steps, because you got to take a lot of approaches, because
Correct.
as you know, many don't work. But here's Dr. Lacey. Okay, he's the head of this Advances in Surgery channel, AISchannel.com. So he knows what we're trying to do
Right.
with Neurosurgery TV, with Larkin Medical TV, Larkin Hospital TV. He knows what we're trying to do, trying to establish a channel. Now, what I wrote to him an email. I said, look, we want to do exactly what you're doing, except we would love to do it from Barcelona Clinic, because
Right.
they're technically very advanced and they probably understand the idea. We could have a surgery channel for you. We could have a neurosurgery channel, and basically based in Barcelona Clinic, just like we're doing at Larkin,
Exactly.
except in Barcelona, and have them be the leaders in medical education and channels,
Sure.
etc. So, do you have any ins at all at Barcelona Clinic, George? Do you know people there?
No, no, unfortunately, no.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to do my best to get inside them. I communicate with a neurosurgeon from Barcelona, David Pereira, who we've had hangouts with. He knows people there, but he's in England now.
Mm.
He's in studying in England, but
Most
he'll be back there in 2 weeks. But
Most of my connections there.
I would like to get in to Barcelona Clinic like I'm in with Larkin.
Correct. Because most of my activities in Barcelona is mobile technologies, because Barcelona is the center of work, the metropolis of the work in mobile technologies, communications, and the startups. I do a lot of programs with MIT. They open up, but they're primarily startups similar to what Vangelis Pappas is. That's how I got around him.
Now, how'd you meet him, and who is he a doctor or a businessman? What is he?
He's in academics. I think he's a PhD in education. But you know how I got to him? Through MIT. MIT recommended him to approach me to do business development for him. So I don't know if I told you that I'm an MIT mentor. I do mentoring.
Yeah, you told me. Okay, his company is radiation oncology, correct? They
Yes.
radiate brain tumors.
Yes, I sent you the package yesterday on the email.
Oh, okay. And do you use the website? I don't know. Let me see here.
Yes. He has a website, and he has a lot of companies that he's doing this for, a list of companies.
Okay, let me check to see I got that. Make sure I got that email.
Yeah, and the reason I know him is that he's getting funded by MIT.
Oh, wow. Okay, can you send it again, George? I think I have. I don't see it here.
I will.
Okay, send me the link to his email, because I want to know what his company is before I talk to him tomorrow.
Hold on a second.
I can get all the information from his website.
Yeah. Oh, it's very promising. Very promising.
And he's just starting in the United States. He wants to get his company is established in Europe, or is it pretty new?
Yes.
Well, 3D is kind of new. That must be just starting in Europe too. That particular technology,
Correct.
a particular platform, whatever device. And when we have this hangout with globalcastmd.com, I'm going to suggest they get a hold of that Spanish company. But also, George, I think you'll be valuable to them, is because you might be able to give some insight to them on how they can become more well known.
Oh, absolutely.
I get a feeling that they're just, you may get a job with them, because I get a feeling they just aren't getting any people. They're getting few surgeons.
Right.
I don't think they're doing any business. Really, I really don't think they're doing any business at all. And they need to somehow get traction and viewers, because they do charge for their videos.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they charge for them. So, but I suspect they're not doing any business.
Right.
Very, very little, because I don't think people know about them. I could be wrong, but I think the Spanish The Spanish AIS is probably much more well known.
That's excellent. I sent you the email. Take a look.
Okay.
Yeah, we should. But this guy can. We can do. Believe me, if Dr. Wolf and Jack find out how much money they can save, and they can prove to the insurance companies that their radiation is safe, they can market themselves big time.
Well, that's Mike's area of expertise, right? How much money? He might be the guy to approach for that.
Well, Mike will do the marketing, because then if they deploy this kind of technology, they're going to be able to go out there and advertise minimal side effects for the gamma knife.
Okay, well, I didn't get, George. Oh, there we go. I didn't get the press release. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't. MIT review.
That's it.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my clients actually that I do mentoring at MIT in Athens, and that's why I'm going back there again.
Oh wow, he was a winner of the.
Yeah. He's this is big development here. He's getting a lot of money now.
Safer way, using. Wow, that's fascinating stuff.
Yes, fascinating. He's the. You want me to tell you something? Thomas may be interested, but because he told me, Vangelis told me that he has given a lot of education in Poland. So we may explore possibilities to work with Poland as well.
Okay. Okay, I'll read about that technology. Wow.
But you know what we can do without telling him that we can, if we can deploy something at Larkin, we can go after Philips, General Electric, and Siemens, and we can get financing from them for our channel.
Well, George, I really like to get moving on trying to get that studio going. I'm hopefully going to talk to that woman from Electa today.
Yes.
And I'd like to talk to your contacts and whatever contacts you got. Really, before you go back to Europe.
Right.
I'd like to can we do a hangout with them? Because George, we've done 26 neurosurgery shows, so we do have something to show them.
Exactly.
So with Medtronic, as you know, they do a lot of neurosurgical stuff.
Of course.
And I'd like to talk to them. I don't think we have to wait any longer. 26 shows is enough to show that I think it has possibility.
Correct. The idea here is that we have to approach companies that will have a benefit to collaborate for Larkin. I mean, the contacts we can get is either Philips. If we do the radiation here, we go after Philips. Vangelis said that.
No, I'm just talking the neurosurgeon. I'm talking about the hangouts in Europe and Latin America. I'm talking about Larkin Hospital TV in Spanish in Latin America. Actually, I'm talking a studio to be built at Larkin. So basically, I'd like to talk to as many medical device people as you can get on the screen.
Correct.
About trying to fund the studio. Because I think once we have that studio, man, we'll be writing our own ticket.
Absolutely. Well,
and Jack wants it. He wants us.
Correct.
So the way he sent me that email in 1 minute to Electra, he wants us to work. Because, I mean, it's a win-win situation for him if we get these companies to build a media center. So, do you think you can put me on the screen with some of these people?
I don't know them. Well,
didn't you say you had connections at Medtronic?
Yeah. All these companies, the connections I have is when we used to do this from FIU, University of Miami, and Baptist, the occasional director of marketing for that specific area would be the one to make the decisions to finance it. So what we have to do is we have to find out from these companies. Of course, I have the resume. They know from my social media, they know that I was the one to work with Ethicon, with Johnson & Johnson. But these people, John, are changing every year or 2 years. They're not the same people.
Right.
So,
all right.
I have maintained on my biography, that's why on my LinkedIn profile, I have mentioned those names and I have mentioned the specific conferences, the expos. The way to do it is we have to find out what project is coming up, and then we write a letter to, let's say, Medtronics, and we find out who is the guy from Medtronics that's responsible for the South America regions, and that's the guy we're going after. Yeah. It's all the same thing.
George, cold calling it's really tough because I've done it. I've written to people and they just don't write back.
Right. No, we don't do it.
Electronic people. So we need some kind of an in.
Right.
I thought you had an in, but if you don't, then we have to try to find an in. Maybe I'll mention to Jack.
Right.
Jack, who do we? Because he sent me the name of the woman right away, and I called her on the phone. She hasn't called me back. Right. But anyways, I had someone to reach, and I could say Jack Michelle sent me. The guy that paid $4 million for your machine. So it's a little. She's going to treat me a little different than just John Bennett that writes a cold email.
Exactly.
Let me tell you how try to find some kind of an end with these companies.
Yes, let me tell you how that can work out. The way it can work out, we'll find out from Jack or from Mike or from anybody there in Larkin what project is coming up, expansion project. Usually, if they want to build a clinic, if they want to build a practice, if they want to build a medical education program, whatever they want to build, we go by their plans for construction. If, let's say, they want to add 2 more operating rooms, we go to Jack and we tell him which company you're going to select to supply the medical clinical equipment. Okay. If he tells you they're going to select Stryker or Medtronics or Smith & Nephew or Carol Stores, right, he'll give us the name, and then we'll go after that name, and we'll leave Jack on the outside, and we'll go after them, and we'll tell him, listen.
Well, you want to write to Mike and ask him? Because you're more of a businessman than me. Can you email him and say, look, well, I don't know, maybe he and Jack,
Right. Well,
maybe it'd be better to keep it simple and just go with Jack.
One way is this. The other way is if we do something with Vangelis Pappas now, if we put a presentation together, we go to Mike and we tell him, listen, we have a company that can bring down the number of complaints from your patients, and we want to use your name and your collaboration to go after Philips. They will go after Philips.
Okay.
I think that's the order of things. We have to give value to the medical device company for them to think of the investment for you and me to build the station.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like investing in an idea when I say, well, we want to get the community of neurosurgeons,
correct,
on Hangouts. I don't know if at least I'd like to present it to them just to see what they say. Like I'm going to try to present it to Electa, because I mean it's obvious that Gamma Knife will benefit by having a good education, brought to you by Electa. In neurosurgery education, brought to you by Electa. I think to get their name out there, and I'm sure they're trying to promote selling their machines in South America.
Exactly.
But
that would be a good approach.
Well, I'll try it with them, because Jack, immediately within 1 minute I had the name.
That's excellent. Yeah, well, don't forget that if we put this presentation together for Vangelis, and if we tell them, listen, we're going to be able to support the procedure of Gamma Knife, and we're going to minimize the side effects of the patient, that alone can open up the door to a lot of support we can get.
Now, does his company have money, or is it just a startup, right, like us?
Yeah, he's getting money from MIT now, and he has 3 venture capitalists after him, but he wants to really finance his operations from United States venture capitalists. That's his objective. He wants to find a good venture capitalist, and we'll be able to do this. Let's say if Larkin is interested to collaborate with him, we can definitely have some private investor to come in and give money. And maybe we can do this with Vangelis. Maybe we can be an educational platform for Dr. Pappas.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see where I don't know what it is exactly, but I guess I'll find out tomorrow.
Well, you may want to read his stuff to be savvy, because I think with the right questions and the right presentation to Dr. Wolf and Jack, we may be able to move forward with this.
Yeah, well, Jack usually watches them, and once I send him a link, I don't know if he watches all of them, but you'll certainly take note of what it is.
Right. Well, the idea here is that we can really make him look like a star if he can come up and says that the gamma knife procedures at Larkin are much safer than the ones at the Baptist or University of Miami. He can really tap into the international patients funding.
Yeah, I guess the key is Dr. Wolf there, if he likes it and thinks it's useful, right?
Correct.
And I haven't been successful getting him to a hangout, but I'm not in a hurry for that. He's a busy guy.
Exactly.
But anyways, okay, George, I'm going to keep working at getting that Barcelona clinic connection.
Yes. On that one, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start posting on social media, internet. Do we have the okay to post the address of the internet medicine with promotional material?
Sure, of course.
I will start posting things from Barcelona. I have a lot of material from my previous trips there. I'm going to mention Barcelona and the healthcare, the medical tourism, and I keep pushing the name internet medicine so we can really present some kind of a platform.
Okay, well, what was I going to say? Yeah, what do you have planned? What's your plans for the next couple of days?
I'm actually preparing a lot of presentations for my economic mission to Poland. I put a lot of presentations together. I have about 7 industries that I have to penetrate.
Okay.
So I'll be available.
Okay, because the radiology is going well. This guy is really, he's an ace. He is he's a super ace.
Who is this guy?
He's a doctor from University of Pittsburgh.
Great.
He's doing. He's a radiologist, and he loves hangouts, and he wants to. He's going to be the head of the radiology channel. I mean, we're partners in the radiology channel, but he knows the people, and I'm sure you'll be interacting with radiology type of people in Poland, correct?
Yeah. Send me the link, and we'll talk to him. And I would love to bring him up, and maybe we can even put a Google Hangout to present it.
Well, that is one area of neurosurgery and radiology so far. We're making inroads. So if you run into either of those sectors of the medical business,
right?
I think we're a little bit further advanced in the other areas. But we'll do any areas, and any area you think has potential, we'll go. Doesn't matter what area.
Exactly.
So, okay, George.
That's fantastic. Thank you, John.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you. Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.